Netflix is in trouble, and it's spelled Harry and Meghan. Now, just imagine if Gwyneth Paltrow in a Lifetime Christmas movie had a baby, and then that baby was raised by a pack of Instagram influencers, then given a lobotomy and a trust fund. That is with Love Meghan, a Montecito ego trip made for the one person Meghan loves most in this life, Meghan.
Cob of dried corn. Put it in a paper bag. Fold it. And put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. Look at how fun that is. This, we're just gonna put into a different bag. Peanut butter pretzels.
Meghan gives us all a grand tour of her fake home and then teaches people how to pop popcorn before turning around and taking pretzel nuggets out of a store-bought Trader Joe's bag and pouring it into a smaller bag. I mean, what's next? A TED Talk on the complexities of tying her shoes, or maybe Harry is going to film Meghan breathing to show us all how it's done. This is how far Netflix has fallen.
It's not rocket science, and clearly I'm not a rocket scientist.
This isn't a TV show. It is a televised personality disorder. We're talking about 8 mind-numbing episodes brought to you by Narcissists R Us, all filmed in a fake house featuring fake friends, fake fortune cooking wisdom, fake authenticity, fake hobbies, fake crafts, all delivered by the world's fakest trad wife act since RuPaul joined a school's PTA meeting.
I feel like this is all fake.
If you want to watch Harry go bald, hit subscribe. But if you want to truly celebrate, then watch your Slayer read the eulogy for woke. It took me 3 years writing this and pouring my whole soul into this short film. Plus, it's got something spicy in it about the Meghans, but I promise you one thing. Funerals are meant to be silent, but this one is going to be loud, and together we're going to make history. So check it out. Now, when it comes to Meghan and Harry, their 15 minutes are up. But just like squatters living in a foreclosed mansion, they refuse to leave. Except now things are different. Eviction is non-negotiable. So don't be fooled by the recent headlines that Netflix renewed the series for season 2. That's not a green light, that's a cover-up. Netflix admitted to the press that it already shot the entire season 2. It's in the can, it's filmed, it's edited, and it's done. So see, that translates into that season 1 was meant to be longer. They just chopped it in half faster than Harry could gift wrap his manhood and hand it to Meghan on her wedding night. This isn't success. This is a PR pity party so the streaming studio doesn't look like the biggest chumps in Hollywood. You know how you can tell? Because Netflix didn't spend a plugged nickel to promote the series. No hype, no buzz, no big pre-Hollywood interviews, nada. Just a fake surprise party. Also, Meghan could crash her own screening in New York and surprise fans. Fans who, by the way, accidentally admitted to camera that they knew she was coming.
Okay, we have a big surprise in store for girls who have been following the TIG and everything else for so long. They don't know I'm coming.
Oh my gosh. We knew.
You're tiny. Are these from Lily? Oh, sweet.
We knew.
That's not a pop-in. That's a mandatory ambush bordering on a hostage situation. But the cherry on top is that clip exposed the brutal truth that those 10 fans who tattooed their arms with Meghan's new business name as ever were the only people watching the show. And at the time of recording this video, Rotten Tomatoes had put the series on life support. They slapped the series with a 33% critic score. And it's dropping as fast as Netflix stock price, all while audiences took a flamethrower and torched the series, giving it a 19% score. I'll repeat that again. Viewers who actually pay Netflix's bills gave it a 19 out of 100. Yeah. That's not a recipe for success. That's a reason for Netflix to hang their heads in shame.
Busy bees. I got good vibes.
We're about to immerse ourselves in like 70,000 good vibes.
All the good vibes on the planet cannot save this series from sinking. If the ratings end up matching the apocalyptic reviews and the trailers with comments that have more likes in them than the sneak peeks themselves, well then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last ride of Meghan Markle.
I don't think anyone in the world knows that Meghan Markle has eaten Jack in the Box and loves it.
It's so funny, too, that you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know I'm Sussex now.
I've always found that confusing.
Of course, only Meghan Markle would criticize a guest on her show when she's trying to hawk dog biscuits the size of her Bigfoot bunions. All for a business that barely exists, that just put up a website with products that don't have any prices on them. Personally, I think the studio probably shot that scene 25 times between her and Kayling just to make sure they had one take where the Hollywood hyena wasn't biting Mindy's head off. And for some reason, it seemed to work, because 24 hours later after the series premiered, Drew Barrymore bent the knee. It's either that, or somewhere in Southern California, Drew got a ransom note with a picture attached to it of her favorite Teletubby, crying, "Mommy, I want to come home."
This is the Fast Five with Megan Sussex. All right.
The fact is, Meghan Markle has spent the last 5 years flogging the same fake Procter & Gamble's dish soap story, talking about an ad that she believes degraded women by showing them in the kitchen, only to turn around and serve up 264 minutes of, guess what? Meghan in the kitchen. That's right, folks. The faux fist-bumping feminist who lectured women on empowerment is now cosplaying as a Beverly Hills Betty Crocker, all while trying to show how relatable she is to you, and starring in her own Vogue fashion spread, showing off luxury designer brands that cost as much as a 12-month mortgage.
Your fashion is like one of my favorite things. And sometimes I will look, I'm like, where's that coat from?
Zara,
What?
Loro Piana.
For the first 3 episodes, Netflix sticks to a simple formula. Meghan invites her fake paid-for friends to play pretend house in a rented $8 million home, which, by the way, is called the Chateau of Riven Rock. And naturally, it's not Meghan's home, because shooting in her actual $14 million mansion would shatter the illusion that she's just like your next-door neighbor's mom, especially if you were to see her army of staff from her nannies, security, butlers, beekeepers, Botox brigadiers, and the 5 ass wipers for Harry. Spoiler alert, even Meghan Markle herself admitted to us right up front that the show is phony.
And I'm putting this in here because this isn't my house.
They're phony.
What I find interesting about the series is, while Netflix is trying to puff up their chest like this is the greatest success they've ever had all year, news couldn't be any different. See, Hollywood has already slammed the door shut on Meghan Markle. But now William Morris Endeavor, the world's top talent agency, has scrubbed Walmart Wallace off of their roster list like she was a bad rash.
You never had a dream when you were a child to be something everyone else said was impossible? Like an astronaut, or prime minister, or masseur?
I wanted to be a princess.
Oh, well, you kind of fucked that up.
Back in the land of Meghan's mirage, all her guests have to act like they're thrilled to be hanging out at the fake California casa. Then they have to praise Meghan for something she's already made earlier before being put to work cutting up fruits and vegetables like their hired kitchen help. Also, they can assemble cooking recipes, which are ripped straight from Mina Garden, or YouTube, or the dog walker's second cousin twice removed. And that's the issue here. Meghan has kicked off rebrand tour number 1,556, and it is already failing because it's not believable. See, authenticity and honesty are the key ingredients to all of life, but it's never more so true than in film. Authenticity and honesty are how you connect to an audience, but being authentic means being a real person, a real human being, not a meat suit that's goading their guests into promoting Meghan's message that everything is racist, including food ingredients.
I don't know enough about it. I just remember there came a time, no MSG, and I don't quite know why that happened.
It was racist against Asians.
What the f*** are you talking about?
Now the critics are complaining that one of the key issues that's causing the dime store Duchess to fail is that she's not being open. She's not showing her vulnerability. She's not showing her real self. But they're dead wrong. Meghan did show up. The real Meghan is in the series. That's the issue. She is showing everyone exactly who she is. An empty shell who'd put on a mask for any occasion to achieve one of her many goals. That's it. She's fake and everyone feels it. It's the same way when she cooks her skillet spaghetti, a recipe that was made famous by Martha Stewart back in 2012. It comes across as nothing but a cringy copy and paste con job where she calls pasta pot noodles like they were a microwavable cup of ramen.
Okay, that lemon is beautifully zested.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. So, all of our boiling water, I put about 3.5 cups in.
Forget for a moment that Netflix paid millions just to teach us how Meghan Markle doesn't know how to cook pasta. Forget even the fact that every Italian nonna around the world simultaneously shouted at their screens, "Baffangulo."
It is a disaster.
The real problem here is that there's no hope, there's no warmth, there's no heart in this show. Where are the fridge magnets? Where are the heirloom dishes passed down from family? Where are the kids' special mugs? It doesn't exist. Nothing but a hollow set featuring a hollow humanoid.
We don't need to be a brand, do we? No more magazines and Netflix shows. We really can live a normal life. What matters is what we have on the inside.
One of the great things about this series that Netflix butchered the editing so badly, they exposed the blunt truth in some of the frames. You had the film crew set of 80 actually left the microwave popcorn bag on the kitchen countertop when Meghan is trying to show everyone how to pop popcorn from her corn on the cob prop. In just the first 90 minutes, Meghan gets her makeup artist, Daniel Martin, to be her very first guest, because apparently in her world, she's so loved and has so many friends that she has to force an employee to show up. And then for episode 2, she brings in another Hollywood D-lister, Mindy Kaling, who just got fired from HBO and is desperately trying to stay relevant and not end up on the has-been list. Then we go to episode 3, where we got Chef Roy Choi. And here I got to stop a moment and give a personal note. I will never, I'll repeat, I will never eat anything out of any one of his kitchens. Period.
Present beautifully, right? Eat with your eyes first.
Yeah, I got scared a little bit. The LA came out and you that was like crudité.
Hello, Salmonella Central, placing raw chicken legs next to greens inside of a fridge. I think that's what Gordon Ramsay would call cross-contamination. But I would call it a hospital visit and a lawsuit just waiting to happen. But that's precisely the point. This isn't a show about cooking or putting up balloon arches brought in by Meghan's overpriced party planner. This is a fraudulent fever dream disguised as a lifestyle show that turns out to be a lifestyle show with guests who have one job: to do their worst in order to make Meghan Markle sparkle.
Like
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
And that's a tough gig to have, especially when she talks with all the excitement of someone on Ambien trying not to wake up the non-existent baby in the next room. See, every forced participant who was frog marched into this charade for one reason or another plays a role in this scripted ego stroke, all while Meghan teaches us all the hard-hitting essentials of stealing from Pinterest, arranging a fruit platter, and then guess what? Plagiarizing from Pamela Anderson. But I'll tell you this, Pamela did it first, she did it better, and she did it without makeup. I doubt Meghan can pull that one off.
We're gonna make some crispy sweet potato fries.
Nice.
I'm a sucker for crunchy, salty, fatty.
Okay, so we're doing this.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Now you saw it for yourself. The Royal Reject straight up ripped off the Baywatch star show called Pamela's Cooking with Love. By the way, that was filmed in 2023, and it was just released a few weeks ago in February of 2025. And let's get one thing clear. Pamela Anderson actually worked to become famous, unlike Meghan Markle, who married it, milked it, monetized it, and then held a memorial for her dog, all to market a series starring a delusional diva in a cashmere cardigan, coughing up Meghanisms. Those are her little phrases she uses in order to relate to the audience how truly wonderful Meghan is on the inside.
And then when we cut into it, it'll still look beautiful, but we keep the outside exposed. You know what it is? She's beautiful on the inside.
Yes.
Just so you know, I'm taking this series a few episodes at a time to maintain my sanity. But so far, I've seen hostage videos with more entertainment value than with Love Meghan. Between all the awkward dialogue, the no chemistry between the guests, the very fact that Markle has zero charisma on camera leads Meghan to burying the audience in boredom 6 foot deep under piles of her flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp hearts, wicker baskets, all to the unsavory sounds of her favorite yacht music, while she's tossing edible flowers on everything from peanut butter sandwiches and donuts to lemon cake, even fried eggs and bacon. She who must be obeyed must actually believe that her entire audience is exactly like her ginger handbag Harry, that everyone wants rosebuds and nasturtiums to go along with their crushed nuts. But we don't. We really don't. See, reality TV is supposed to pretend to be real, giving viewers a peek inside of different worlds with interesting people. But when it ends up being a Stepford cult recruitment tape for people who believe that real struggle is Whole Foods running out of oat milk, and for those who own dehydrators so they can dehydrate fruit slices in a time when few can afford the price for a dozen eggs, With Love Meghan is not only tone deaf, it is completely out of touch. As for me at this point, if I had one wish, it'd be for a time machine. That way I could go back and hand Meghan's father a box of triple ply condoms. By the way, I want to give you a little sneak peek into the videos that are coming up. I went and watched the last episode of With Love Meghan, and here I want you to take a look at this clip. It's the last 30 to 45 seconds. Now, I want you to remember that reality TV is scripted. So everybody where they stand, everything they say, everything they do is all written out and blocked. Now, take a look at this. What do you notice is different about everything? You have Meghan and all her guests, and there's somebody standing in the back of the bus. You have to know, since Meghan Markle is the executive producer, that was her decision. I'd love to hear what you think about it in the comments down below. Now, if you enjoyed this video and found value in it, hit subscribe, smash the like button, and again, share your thoughts in the comments down below and share this with everyone you know. I'm streaming every week on Wednesday with Slayer Unchained and Sunday with Slayer Nation, a great host of guests. It's always at 2 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. UK time, so I hope to see you there. And I want you to remember, to win every battle and stay true to yourself, we are fighters with one unbreakable rule. We never bow down, we never bend the knee. Always forward.